temperature actually dropped a little bit. Um, there's some fluctuations, especially in the semi-desert state of Colorado. But we've had some massive amounts of rain, so that happened. We got that going for us. So it is what it is. With my cigar tonight, I got some cherries. Yo, man, you got the stuff? He said, yeah, it's got, I don't know, what is that, like a quarter of a chair? I don't know. I only smoke cigars, is what it is. But anyways, we're gonna smoke this. This cigar provided us by Uncle Larry, or say Tio Larry. So shout out to Uncle Larry for this. This is the West Tampa Tobacco Company. You have the black. I think there's a red one. I could be wrong on that. It was a red box. Is it called red? I don't know. Then was there a white? I don't know. Look it up. And then there's the attic, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, he sent me two of them. He sent me the attic and this one. I guess it would be their classic one, I guess. The brand's been out for a year, in 2022. So people been talking about it. Some liked it, some didn't, is what it is. The band is the dollar bill. You see that? If you know what the dollar bill looks like, they definitely took that symbolism. If you look at the, you have to trust me on that. Go look at a dollar bill and look at this. I don't know if it's picking it up, but you see it? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so they got, that on the corners of the dollar bill, it's got all that, I guess, etching. I don't know. Anyways, West Tampa Tobacco Company. It's the guy that used to do CAO, I think. I mean, not do it, like, whatever. This is Robusto. You see, the cigar's been sitting out for like 3 days in my dry box, so it's ready to be smoked. So I expect massive smoke output on this bad boy. It's ready. The look of the cigar is a little sloppy. I'm just gonna say that. The price point of these is around $10, give or take on the size, I guess, for the regular one. I think the attic goes up in price, I think. Rather bumpy, lumpy. It is a rather thick and hardy looking. It is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. That is a very dark Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, I must say so. And the rest of it is a mix of, let's see, it's a mix of Nicaraguan. I mean, it's got character. He's seen some shit. Barnyard. Well, shit. That match was non-compliant. Soft, gentle heat, I can't stress it enough. Just take your time. Taking my time, just moving along. Don't forget about me. This is what it is. Wow. Alone on a train bound for nowhere. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. I don't know why I'm singing that song. I don't know why you're not singing this song. The aromatics are not bad. Dark chocolate aromatics, shit. Alright. Powerful, actually. Heavy foot smell now coming off the aromatic smell. Let's see, let's toast this up, bad boy. Let's see what we got. Okay, drawer is good. I can't stress enough. You got your humidor or whatever you keep your cigars in, keep a little separate, little cedar box. Or whatever. And what are you gonna smoke for the week? Couple sticks put on the side? Put it in there. Better smoke output, better Better draw, better burn, better combustion, more flavor, less stress. Your cigars are too moist. I can't stress it enough. Wow, that's some heavy smoke. Stay strapped, you know I am. My strap's always clean too. Wipe it down every other day. Change the lubrication every week. Clean out any lint or whatever. Inspect the rounds. I can't stress it enough. Huh. Here's what it is. I'll give you that. It's better than I thought it was going to be. You know, not that I don't think Rick Rubin can make good stuff, because he has with the General. But whenever a company goes out on its own, you're dealing with other factions, other problems. Now it's not Rick Rubin with the power of and the money of General Cigars, and you could buy tons of the best tobacco at a better price. Now when you go out on your own, you got your name, but you don't got General money, and no one does. One person in the cigar business. So, you know, it always makes you wonder, it's going to take time for them to build up and make their best cigar or put out something good. Hopefully it's not just, you know, whatever. It's a heavy 3/4 strength off the bat. It's 80% darkness off the bat. It's a strong and dark cigar off the bat. Holding that smoke. And the reason why you have to move the jaw around, you're going to feel the smoke differently, I promise you. Depending on your face and how it's designed. Whatever it is, once that smoke gets into that nasal cavity, you're going to taste it a lot. It's going to hit you a lot higher. I can't stress that enough. If you're just puffing and releasing right away, you're missing out. If you're just puffing and releasing, your medium full's going to taste like a medium strength. And your full strength's going to probably feel like a medium full. That's a big difference. And you're going to miss a lot of the flavor. Finish is long and heavy. It's a dark, strong cigar. Off the bat, I'm going to say this cigar is pretty good. Now, what am I getting? Well, it's enjoyable. We'll get to that. Let's see what we're getting. I'll admit the cigar's a little sloppy looking, but the flavor's good, strong. Remember, I left this out for a couple of days outside the humidor. This is a thick, heavy cigar. If this thing would have been very moist, you probably could get bad combustion, because it's already thick, heavy leaves to begin with. This is heavy for Robusto, and it's a very thick wrapper. I can't stress it enough. So by taking out some moisture, this thing, it's performing like it should. That's the spot. When I do this, the smoke really gets, yeah, shit, wow. That's a heavy, medium, full strength, almost full strength. Almost full strength right there, 1/4 inch in. Long, heavy, very smoky, very charred wood note, and immensely charred. Like if you were in a deep, dark smoke pit and people were smoking things in a good way, you know, smoking meats or whatever, that kind of party, immense amounts. That's not bad, that's kind of cool. I mean immense amounts. In the first third, immense heavy wood note, but not like dry cedar. No, like people charring shit. That's rich character right there. if you're having a very heavy scotch or a very heavy bourbon, it's very peaty. It's very on the nose, very punchy. So, not for newbies, this cigar. Now, once again, if this thing was very moist, if you go to a lounge and buy it and smoke it the same day, you might have a weaker experience or a less pungent experience, because I wouldn't want this kind of heavy cigar if it was very wet. It might just taste dark and damp, and you're not getting the proper intent. Right? Okay, what else we got going on? Okay, all right. That smoking output, that's intense. A very sweet chocolate note. Almost feels like brownie. That's nice. But man, the finish is so long now. That charred, burned wood note. Salty, briny at the end too. This is a strong, heavy cigar. A lot going on. Once again, if you had this before and you didn't let it sit out for 3 days like I did, you're not going to have the same experience I did. This is my first and only cigar of the day. Color me, I'm really impressed with this cigar. I am really impressed with this cigar. Like I said, I'm glad that I dried it out. If this thing was really wet, this is some thick, heavy tobacco. Immense amounts of charred wood. I can't like burn charred wood. Like charred barrels. It's fucking phenomenal. Tons of salt, briny salt at the end. Rock salt at the end. But a rich chocolate note as well. But that chocolate note, it feels more like chewy brownies. It's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal cigar. But it's a lot. It's really pungent, really heavy. If you can't tolerate that kind of stuff, you're not going to like this cigar. That is a very heavy mouthfeel. At this point, I can say that's a full-strength cigar. With that finish kicking in, that's a heavy finish. Cigar's a winner. The cigar's a winner. The cigar's a winner. The cigar's a winner. It's a 4.5 off the bat. I mean, the flavors and everything and all that stuff added up. It's a very powerful, dark, pungent, complex, lots of character, heavy, dark, long finish cigar. However, if we zoom out, it feels like a really good mid-tier cigar. What do I mean by that? Like, the quality of the notes, though, it does not feel like a high-end luxury cigar. There's a difference when you're having all those notes from a high-end luxury cigar, where I feel like it has more age, or just feels even more beautiful. It just feels more refined. Definitely, I can say the cigar is smooth in a sense for that kind of power to be enjoyable, but it definitely is a little, not saying a lot, a little rough around the edges. But it is what it is, a $10, $11 cigar. Let these sit for a year, I think you're at money. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, intense black and red pepper. Cigar spicy too. Yeah. That's all in full strength, dark, heavy cigar, but it's pungent. It's not boring. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. I thought it might as well be gimmicky, first time trying out a new brand. So this in Robusto, the West Tampa, really enjoying it, pungent. However, let it sit out for 3 days. That's what I did in a dry box. I'm glad I did. This is a slow burning, thick, heavy cigar. Yeah. Let it sit out so we could do this. I've been enjoying these cherries. I'll tell you what, cherries and cigars go together great. Ash draw going great. We're gonna drop this ash though. We're just gonna drop that. So construction, no problem. And the ash went right away. It was time to go. Great smoke output. Great full strength cigar. Make sure you hold the smoke, but make sure you let it sit out for a couple of days. Get yourself an empty cedar box, and the cigars you're gonna smoke that week, put them in there. Such a heavy, smoky, charred feel constantly while smoking the cigar. If you like that, you're gonna love this cigar. If you don't like that, like if you're having like smoked meats, like that kind of feeling, that's smokish when you're having bourbon or heavy scotch, that smokiness, and I mean intense. If you don't like that, then don't get this cigar. If you like that, it's gonna be really cool. The brownie note, the sweet chocolate brownie note is phenomenal. Tons of black and red pepper consistently. Long, heavy finish. Salty, briny finish at the end. So it's pungent. So if you're gonna like all that. It's a lot going on. When I mentioned it, it was earthy across the board. It was dark and earthy consistently. Delicious. If you want a full strength experience, I'd say mess with this cigar and Robusto. I can't speak on any other size because the size is the blend, and the size changes the blend. We're done speaking on that. It's going to be 4.5 out of 5. The only, let's say, downside I would say, and it's not a downside, the cigar has a slightly dirty feel, but I understand that totally. This is not a $15 cigar, or even 20. So if you're gonna get these for $9, $10 a stick, it gives you a lot for your money. I think 6 months or a year hanging out in your humidor and let them rest for a couple of days in a dry box, I think a year would do good on these cigars. It's not gonna lose its strength after a year. Wow, that's a lot. That's a long, heavy, complex finish. Not a good transitional cigar. What does that mean? Well, don't smoke a cigar after this. This cigar is a one and done experience. Something before it, I wouldn't do it either because this is strong enough to kind of get the party started and finish the party. I wouldn't want another stick after this. Nothing would pair well with this stick afterwards, except for the same cigar. Because it's so pungent and so heavy and unique to what it's doing, if you need to have 2 cigars and you're having this one, smoke 2 of these Robustos. I can't stress it enough. I wouldn't want to have this and smoke, Cohiba Red Dot after this. It just would not mix well. Understand what it is. Cigars generally don't like each other. I can't stress it enough. Don't put them in the sandbox and expect them to play nice with each other. Oh, I saw this movie today on Tubi, which is a great free app. It's with William Dafoe. Okay, I think the movie is called White Sands. I think that's the name of it. It's William Dafoe, Samuel Jackson. Oh shit, who's that guy from 9.5 Months? Mickey Rourke, and a few other people you probably know. Great lineup of actors. William Dafoe plays a small town sheriff, and it's kind of a mystery movie, less than action, but there's some violence in it. But there's a great plot, but there was really an undertone to the way the world really works, and people that aren't paying attention are not going to see it. Basically, how the FBI and CIA are kind of fighting each other, but they're really working together for the military-industrial complex. And Mickey Rourke plays the CIA guy, and they're funneling arms to these bad people. But in reality, he admits to at the end, he's like, well, we need to for us to be the good guys, we gotta have bad guys, so we support these bad guys so our good guys can fight them. And depending wherever in the world we want to go fishing and hunting, basically wherever they want to, in a sense, go. So if the U.S. has an idea of, or plans for a territory, well, you can't, it's not really, it's kind of frowned upon just to go somewhere and take over. But if you get attacked from that area, wow, now we gotta fight back. And while we're there, build a Disney World and a Starbucks and a Target, whatever. The point is, it was a really interesting movie. It was a lot deeper than what you think than just like a cop movie. I think it was White Sands, William Dafoe. Cinematically, it was a great cinematic movie as far as the landscape and the what's the word? Photography. The actual filming was really nice. And he was driving a blue Stingray Corvette, and he was carrying a Smith & Wesson 3rd Gen 45, and it wasn't a regular 4506 because it was a double action only, which I'd never even seen that model. You could tell it was double action only in the 4506 because it had no decocker. The slide was clean. So I guess that would be a 4546 maybe? It would have to be because a 5906 is decocker only. 5 for double stack 9, 9 for 9, 0 for standard, which is decock, 6 for stainless steel. So in 3rd Gen 45 is always 45 up front. A 4506 will be decocker. So the 4, it'd be 4546. The 4 for double action only, and then 6 for stainless. I'm glad we figured that out. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. White Sands, I think it is. Just look up movie with William Dafoe and Samuel L. Jackson and Mickey Rourke. Great film about the military-industrial complex. And what's funny is the whole murder mystery, it starts off in this guy, he had a hotel room, a motel, and the room number was 119, which of course is 9/11 in reverse. So, haha, wink, 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 wink. And the movie came out in 1992. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Well, it is what it is. And if the movie was released in 1992, that means it was filmed in 1991, which is when George Bush Sr. was talking about, the New World Order. Anyways, we're done here. Phenomenal cigar, strong, heavy, powerful, complex, rich. Definitely let it sit out for a couple of days because with this much stick tobacco, it would not be good wet. I can't stress it enough. One and done, 4.5 is what it is.